finals action from the World Cup of Pokemon. And after watching this game, I can assure you that you are going to be having two hands with no nails left on it because you have chewed off all your nails. This game is an absolute firecracker down to the wire. So let's just have a quick introduction and we will move on to this totally intense and high action game. So in the last video, we had seen that how Team Europe had beaten Team Germany in the semi-finals tiebreak, and Europe had made it to the finals, and their opponent was Team Spain. So on my side, we have Zen, or their slogan name is Ado, I believe. Yeah, Zen or Ado. They're representing Team Spain. And their opponent from Team Europe, I think I don't need to explain who this player is from Team Europe. You might have seen them a lot in my channel. So now let's have a look at the teams. Zen has brought a pretty standard balanced team. Looks like a future side into Chi Reception, Galarian Slowking, followed by most likely going to be a Choice Banded Zamazenta. Then they have a defensive core of Great Tusk and Zapdos, and of course they have a late game King Gambit and they have Samurott for hazards. So pretty standard balanced teams by Zen. And their opponent has brought a pretty much tall team. It looks like not a stall actually, it's a very fat balanced team. Might be a semi-stall as well, but looks like a hazard stack, maybe boot spam stall or semi-stall. A Spike Meowscarada, most likely going to be boots, and then they have most likely going to be a Rocks, Clodsire, and then of course a Fizzdep Dondozo, Fizzdep Cobb, Speedep Slowking, and then Enamorous 2, Wall Break or Stall Break, might be a boots combined also. So their opponent has brought a pretty fat balanced team, a stall team also. So yeah, stall versus balance finals game in the World Cup Pokemon, and this is a very long game. So grab onto your seatbelts and let's see what happened in this totally crazy game. So we see a Zapdos lead on a Claude. Okay, the Claude is a good lead, so this Claude might have rocks and it's gonna go for the rocks. Yep. And the Slowking can go for a future side. Okay, he decides to go for the Chill Reception to the Great Tusk. This Claude might have Toxic or does he Quake? He goes for Amnesia. Okay, it's a stall team. Yeah, Amnesia Claude is only run on stall teams. So the Tusk can go for a knockoff or a spin if he has it. Yeah, the Tusk goes for the knockoff, knocks for the heavy duty boots. Yep, as I thought, it's a stall team. So the rocks come out on the U-turn, and what do they go to? They go to the Enamorous. This Enamorous is heavy duty boots. Yep, it's a stall with heavy duty boot spam. The Slowking comes out. The Enamorous goes for the Calm Mind. Is this Slowking Speedef or Fizzdep? Terra Grounds, Earth Power +1. Barely hangs on. The Slowking almost died. This Enamorous is a huge threat. Okay, the Zamazenta is Choice Banded, and the Enamorous to switch out to the Dozy or the Galarian Slowking. The Galarian Slowking comes out. It's the close combat. This Galarian Slowking is fully Fizzdep, I assume. The Samurott comes out, which is, I'm assuming, a Chill Reception. Sludge Bomb, that's an amazing Sludge Bomb play, but this Samurott might, it's go for whenever Ceaseless Edge for sure, right? The Meow comes out, it's gonna tank the Ceaseless Edge, and the Meow can go for a Spike because this Samurott is not gonna stay in, I guess. Yep. The Zap comes out and Meow goes for a knock. Oh my god, it cripples the Zap, but in turn gets paralyzed in return. I don't know, who won this exchange, but the Zapdos is gonna get crippled by dogs. Yeah, the Slowking comes out. The Slowking can go for a future side, or if he wants to, or he can even go for a Flame or Focus Blast if he has it. Chill Reception's out to the Corv, I guess, or the Enamorous. The Enamorous comes out. This King Gambit can Terra and pretty much chip down the Enamorous. The King Gambit, yep, I thought so, yeah, because this Enamorous is a huge problem, right? So the King Gambit early Terras the Doso, just eats up the hit up. The Zapdos comes out and he can make a, he goes to Liquidation. I would have doubled to the Claude personally. But yeah, the Zapdos is forced here to roost. Oh, he goes for the Volt Switch. That's a very bold Enamorous play though. Imagine if the Zapdos went for a Hurricane. That would have been so bad. The Moonblast, okay. I mean, Zen is down by one more now, but they have some hazards up, but then again, their opponent has full boot spam. So, the Dozo comes out. The Crunch does no form of damage. Is this Zamazenta even Choice Banded? I highly doubt it though. But the Slowking comes out and the Enamorous comes out on the future side. Oh yeah, I mean, Zen cannot take a turn and future side because the Enamorous is going to get a kill every time. And the Zamazenta is getting chipped by dogs every turn. Imagine if their opponent gets up the Spike. That's going to be very harmful for Zen. So the CC comes out on the Slowking. Again, this Slowking is fully Fizzdep. Reception's out, and I'm pretty sure the Enamorous is going to come out. The Meow comes out. Okay, I didn't expect the Meow here. The Slowking switches out. I would have stayed in because the Slowking is most likely Fizzdep. Goes for knockoff, knocks off the Protective Pads. It's Protective Pad. That's why it was doing so less damage. The Claude comes out on the Crunch. The Claude takes a decent chunk of damage though. It's a Speed Up Claude. The CC almost kills the Claude, and does he recover? He has to recover, right? He goes for a Toxic. Oh, he goes for a Toxic. The Zamazenta is crippled. The Claude gets sacked, but how does he break now? How the hell does Zen break now? The Zamazenta is crippled. Okay, the Dozy comes out on the Slow King. Dozy gets paralyzed, but I think this is a future side turn for sure. The Dozy goes for the rest because he doesn't want to take the paralysis, and the reception comes out on the Zap. He has to go to Zap, right? He goes to Great Tusk. I mean, Great Tusk is a fine play also, but the Corp is always going to come in the Great Tusk, and if the Corp once, he can go for a spin as well. But in a boot spam team, does this Corp have defog? I think it must be ID, it must be iron defense and body press with U-turn. The rapid spin comes out, but like the Zamazenta is tripled. How does Zen break this tall team? The Slow King comes out and the Corp goes for the U-turn, and the Nemesis is definitely going to come out. If Zen has Ice Beam, he can go for it, but I highly doubt he has Ice Beam. The Calm Mind, oh my god, yeah. Zen goes for the Chilly Reception. He has to go to Zamazenta. The Zamazenta comes out and he has to CC here for sure. He has to CC. There's no way you don't CC here. He goes for a crunch. That's a really bold crunch. My god. Zen has to get back momentum though. The Slow King comes out because he doesn't want to take the Toxic Chip because the Dozy is always going to come out on the Zamazenta and take the hits. The Slow King comes out again on the Slow King on the Chilly Reception, and we're going to see the Tusk or the Gambit comes out, okay? But this Gambit is at Fallen 1, so the Dozy is going to eat up the hit every damn time, and it's going to burn a sleep turn. Cutout does 24 because this Dozy is max defense. He cutouts again, does 26% damage, doesn't do a lot of damage. The Dozy burns the sleep turns, gets the body press, but it's a fairy Gambit, so it's going to suppress the body press. And this Gambit might double to the Slow King if he wants to. Yep, the Slow King comes out. The Dozy is going to go for a rest again. Yep, the Dozy has wasted 2 rests. And this is a turn to go for future side. Yep, he goes for the future side. This future side might be a bit annoying. Liquidates the Sleep Talk. That's a really good chip though, but the Slow King gonna go for the Chilly Reception to the Gambit. He has to go to Gambit, right? Because he has no other switching. Yep, the Gambit comes out. I mean, if he wanted to, he could have gone to the Zapdos, but then again, like, their opponent could always double to the Slow King on the Zapdos, right? And he's gonna go to the Meowscarada. Does Gambit go for the... He goes for the cutout. I don't know why he didn't go for the Terra Blast though. But yeah, the Meow eats the future side up. And this Meow can go for a knockoff if he wants to. He goes for the Sucker Punch on the Spike. My god, the Spike come out as well. Does he Sucker now? He goes to the Great Tusk. The Meow goes for a knock. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, Zen is not playing this game. He was playing well, but I don't know what happened. He just lost all gears. Okay, the Great Tusk comes out and spins on the Corp, but it's not looking good for Zen at all because the Enamoris is just going to destroy Zen. The Slow King comes out. This Corp is definitely going to go for the Roost, and this Corp has a free U-turn to the Meow, I guess. I think he's gonna go to the Meow, right? Does Slow King Sludge Bomb? Does he Sludge Bomb? Does he Sludge Bomb? He goes to the Reception. Ah, that's not a good reception, but the Zap is definitely gonna come out here. The Zap can go for a Roost if he wants to. I would have roosted here. Does he Roost? He goes for the Roost. Okay, this should scare out the Enamoris because the Enamoris doesn't want to eat a Hurricane. That's his only way of breaking. But the Zap, oh my god, that's a very bold Calm Mind. The Slow King is gonna eat a Earth Pot, barely dies, and Receptions out to the Zamazenta. He has to go to Zenta, because the Gambit is most likely gonna die or take a lot of damage. The Slow King comes out and the Zamazenta is gonna die to the poison. This is not looking good for Zen at all. Zen is in a very bad spot. The King Gambit comes out and the King Gambit doubles to the Slow King. I mean, Zen has to make these doubles constantly, else he's gonna lose to the Enamoris. Goes for the Grass Knot, does a fair chunk of damage, and he has to take a liquidation. Zen can go to the Zapdos if he wants to. Does he make the Zapdos play? He receptions out because he's faster, and we see the Gambit come out, okay? Does he make the double to the Slow King again? He has to make these doubles. Does he double or does he cut out or does he Terra Blast? He goes for the cutout, the Meowscarada dies, and I think the Corp should come out on the Dozy. The Dozy comes out, the Dozy is forced to rest here. He has to rest, there is no other play. Yup. And this Slow King can go for a Shield Reception because else the Enamoris is always going to come out. Yup, he has to Shield Reception out. The Zapdos comes out, the Dozy goes for a Sleep Talk, gets a Body Press, okay? And the Zapdos can go for a Volt Switch if he wants to, or he doubles to the King Gambit on the Slow King. Okay, the Slow King comes out. I mean, Zen doesn't want to play around with Hurricane and Volt Switch because he doesn't want to play these mind games anymore. The Dozy double comes out, and we see the Slow King come out on the future side. The Slow King takes the Sludge Bomb really well, goes for the Sludge Bomb, and this Slow King has to future side out because this Slow King has to, Zen Slow King has to be in 100% health or he's gonna lose to the Enamoris. Okay, the Slow King takes the future side really well, and Zen doubles to the Zapdos now. That's a really good Zapdos double. The Corp comes out, takes some rocks damage, and I think the Zap is definitely gonna go for a Volt Switch now. He goes to the Enamoris, and the Hurricane misses. My god, that was a huge miss. That miss was huge, and takes a future side, crit future side. Oh god. Oh my god, opponents goes for the Earth Pod, does so much damage to the Slow King. Okay, we see the Zapdos come, does he Moon Blast? He goes for the Earth Pod again. Does Zen go for the Roost or does he go for a Hurricane? The Slow King double comes out on the Earth Pod again. Oh my god, this game is over. This game is super duper over. He goes for the Moon Blast now, and my god, the Gambit has to come out now. The Gambit comes out, but what does Gambit do? The Dozo is still at full. The Free Step Dozo, he doubles to the Slow King. I mean, Zen, I don't think Zen can win this game anymore. It's an impossible scenario. Resistance out to the Gambit, and we see the sleep talk into rest. Okay, that's a luck. I mean, yeah, if you got the liquidation, I wouldn't have done much damage to the Gambit either way. Goes for the cutout, and the Dozy wakes up, goes for the liquidation, does so much damage. I don't think Zayn can bear to take damage with the King Gambit at all. The Slow King comes out, takes so much damage from the liquidation. Oh my god, yeah, he has to reception out. He receptions out to the Gambit, and he has to Terra Blast. I mean, Zayn cannot make another Plex with Terra Blasting. This Terra Blast gonna kill the Enemies, by the way, because the Gambit is fallen 3 now. Goes for the cutout. Okay, cutout is also a fine play. I keep forgetting that the Enemies is not Terra Fairy. I mean, it's not Fairy anymore. Yep, the Dozy is forced to rest, and Dozy is remaining. How many? Does 3 rests remain, I guess, right? The Dozy has 4 more rests, okay? Resistance to the Gambit, and this Gambit is gonna go for a cutout again. Yeah, I mean, cutout is pretty free, but he makes a double to the Slow King, and he gets the Corp. And the Slow King can go for a future side if he wants to here. Is the definitely gonna go future side here, right? Or if he wants, he can go for a flamethrower. But I don't think it's flamethrower. I think it's T-Wave. It's maybe T-Wave, right? The future side hard double to the Gambit because he doesn't want to waste his Chili Reception PP. The Corp does so much damage with the Brave Bird though. And the cutout is gonna come out. It does 41 to the Corp, and the Corp goes for the Roost, and the Corp is gonna take the future side hit. Shouldn't do much. It does 21. Okay, the King Gambit can go for an SD if he wants to. Like, I would always Brave Bird here. But he goes for the U-turn. I don't know why he didn't Brave Bird though. But yeah, Brave Bird and just have a hard double to the Dozy. The Dozy gonna go for a Sleep Talk. Does he get the liquidation? He gets the rest, okay? And the Slow King can go for one more future side if he wants to. I think he's future side ready. He goes for the future side. And Enamoras goes for the Earth Power. The Slow King can Sludge Bomb. I would have Sludge Bomb there because like Sludge Bomb in the future side would have killed the Enamoras, and the King Gambit comes out again. And I think the opponent has to sack him on right now. The Slow King comes out. Does he cut out? He cut out, and the Slow King is gonna die. Finally, Zayn makes some progress. Zayn is working his way out in this game. How on earth is Zayn even recovering from this game? This is a no recovery game. He's so down. God damn it, man. The Slow King comes out again. What does Slow King do? Takes the Brave Bird from the Corp, and the Slow King has to reception out. He goes in future side. That's a fine play either way. The Corp can go for a Brave Bird if he wants to, or he can make a U-turn double. He goes for the Brave. I would have always Brave Birded here. And the King Gambit is back. The Gambit and the damn Slow King regenerating. Holy shit, what on earth is this game going on? This is not humanly possible. The Gambit is gonna get one more cutout here. The Gambit is gonna get one more cutout. He hard doubles to the Slow King on the Dozy. That's a fine. I mean, look at the play Zayn is making. Zayn is on beast mode right now. Future side, the Earth Pod is not gonna kill the Slow King though. And I don't think, opponent can bear to take a future side. Opponent has to switch out because he cannot take a future side. Then he'll be in Sucker Punch range or a Sludge Bomb range. The knockup comes out on the Corp, takes the future side, and oh my god, Zayn is fighting for his life right now. Zayn, he is a true patriot of Spain. Zayn has told, whatever happens, I am gonna give my blood and sweat out. Look at the plays he's making. Future side second, eats an Earth Pot, doesn't kill, and the Gambit goes for the Grass Knot. Oh, now Enemies cannot stand anymore on the future side. Zayn has brought this back from the brink of death. Zayn he's on, oh my god, I don't know what mode this is. This is not even beast mode. How on earth is this possible? They were so down. And finally the Corp makes a lot of progress. The Tusk is definitely gonna get sacked here. Oh, wait. The Tusk might not get sacked. He goes for the knockup, chips the Corp down, and the Brave Bird comes out. And if he wants, he can get some recovery with the Slow King, or he can go to the Gambit to train out. The Gambit comes out. The King Gambit goes for the cutout, does a fair chunk of damage to the Corp. The Corp goes for the U-turn, and he has to go to the Dozy because, the Enemies is in range, and the Enemies won't be able to kill this King Gambit. The cutout damage is racking up from 25, it's doing 33 because of the fall in damage. But I mean, Zayn has to still go a long way. I don't know how has Zayn managed to brought back this game. Dozy goes for the rest again. Dozy has 3 more rests left. We see the doubles. Look at the doubles. Zayn is trying his life out. Zayn makes the double to the Gambit again. The Enemies cannot stay in. Does the double again. He makes the double again. What is happening here? Oh my god. Look at the double Zayn is making. Zayn is fighting for their life. Zayn knows that whatever happens, he has to win this game. He is bleeding for Spain. Zayn is the patriot of Spain. Zayn is gonna be the new hero for Spain. Is he gonna be the new hero? Or after all these efforts, he is still gonna be a big zero? The Gambit comes out of the Corp, and this Corp finally is gonna get sacked, provided the Gambit is faster, right? The Gambit, okay. He decides to save the Corp and takes 33% damage. Okay, the Dozy gets sacked. He keeps the Corp. He sacks the Dozo. He keeps the Corp. The Corp, does he go for the... The Corp is lower. Zayn has brought back this game from the brink of death. Oh, my throat is bleeding. My eyes are bleeding. But still, I'm commentating this game. He goes for the Low King. The Moonblast kills the Gambit, but the Slow King is at full. Zayn had kept the Slow King at full. Zayn had the slow kick, kept at full, goes for the low kick, and finally, oh my god, Zayn, how on earth is this even possible, man? I have seen a lot of comebacks, but this, I mean, comebacks happen every damn time. But look at this game, look at the stakes of this game. This is a finals game from the World Cup of Pokemon. From that position down, absolutely no hope. So Zamazen the Toxic died. He missed the Hurricane. Very, very crucial Hurricane miss on the Enamoris. The Samurott got just one layer up. My god, and from that, Zayn, look at the double Zayn made. This is why, you know what? This is why I told you, Zayn is the true patriot of Spain. I think Zayn is going to be celebrated now in Spain. They're going to build statues of Zayn. The way they played this game, amazing, absolutely amazing. But yeah, as I told you, right? My eyes are bleeding, my throat is bleeding. Very, very long game. It's very hard to commentate a 113 long game. But yeah, we will have the full World Cup of Finals coverage. This was just one game. We have 7 more games to go. So make sure to subscribe and leave a like if you don't want to miss this amazing World Cup content every single day. And I will catch all of you guys on the next video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who played well? What do you want? And whom are you supporting? Team Spain or Team Europe? So yeah. And also, a lot of you guys had this question that Spain is a country, but Europe is a continent. Well, I do agree with the fact that you guys are correct. Like, Europe shouldn't be allowed to participate because it's a continent, it's not a country. But the thing is that the countries, for example, Europe has a lot of countries, right? For example, let's consider Poland. Poland, they have a few Pokemon players, but not a lot, right? Because you need like 8 plus for 12 players for the World Cup. For example, let's say Poland, they have like just only 3 players from who wants to play Pokemon. And if they want to participate in the World Cup, how do they do it? It's not possible, right? So this is why whenever a country doesn't have a lot of players, so a lot of countries, they merge and they form the whole continent. So let's say some Poland, Austria, Portugal, some other countries, yeah, they have like mixed up, like 2 players from Portugal, 2 players from Poland, 2 players from Austria. All these players, they combine and they make the continent Europe. However, there's a big flaw as well. There's a big flaw with this continent team as well, because like Europe is a continent and there are a lot of countries which have complete teams. For example, look at Spain. Spain is a European country and Spain has 12 players, right? And some other countries are there as well, like UK. UK has also like 12 players. The thing is, right, if Team Europe is made up of countries which are like who do not have players, the other countries who do not have players, then why is Europe being allowed to have players from Team Spain, Team Belgium, Team UK? So I mean, if you're creating a continent team, we should have players from countries who do not have a lot of players. Then why include players from teams who already have teams? I told you, right? So for example, I gave the example as well. So Europe has, like, Spain is a part of Europe, right? Belgium is a part of Europe. So Belgium has a whole team in the World Cup, and then in the Europe team also there are players from Belgium. So this is not right. But this was just my opinion and also just to clear your guys' doubts. So yeah, peace guys.